Have you ever woken up determined to go to the gym, only to hit snooze and sleep in? Or vowed to start eating healthier, but caved for takeout at dinner? If so, you're not alone. We all face the paradox of discipline. On one hand, we desperately want the benefits of self-discipline, improved health, productivity, success. But on the other, we're drawn like magnets to instant gratification, sleeping in, binging Netflix, grabbing takeout. Why? In this video, we will explore the answer to this question, why you struggle with discipline and how to be more disciplined. Let's get to it. Our brains are still wired like our ancient ancestors to prioritize short-term rewards. Back then, seeking immediate pleasure and avoiding pain was necessary for survival. These instincts remain ingrained. So when you consider future benefits like better health or a successful career, your brain doesn't see them as urgent motivators. But when you think about the instant gratification of your comfortable habits, your brain lights up. Binging another show, grabbing takeout, or sleeping in feel like needs, not wants. Let's face it, your brain is primed to choose quick, easy dopamine hits over long-term gains. Discipline feels uncomfortable, even threatening to your brain's survival wiring. And today's hyper-stimulating environment just makes it worse. Social media and advertising constantly scream, "Indulge now." The modern world caters to short-term thinking and impulsiveness. No wonder you lack discipline. Your ancient brain urges you to seek instant gratification, and the modern world happily provides endless ways to do it. But the hard truth is that if you want real change, you've got to override these urges and think long-term. You must intentionally train your brain to delay gratification and focus on your bigger goals. On the flip side, what are those big goals? Are they things you think you should be doing because they make sense logically in your mind? That might be a problem if those goals don't truly align with you deeply, and hence your problem with staying consistent in the grind. The truth is, discipline isn't about forcing yourself to do shit you hate. It's not crushing your soul to fit some cookie-cutter mold of productivity. Real discipline aligns your ideal self with your authentic self. Who do you want to become? Get clear on the vision of your ideal self. What are their habits, values, and character strengths? How do they spend their time and energy? Now reflect deeply. Who are you at your core? What unique passions and gifts define your authentic self? What principles matter most, regardless of others' expectations? When becoming your ideal self aligns with your authentic values, discipline stops feeling like punishment. Working toward your vision gets you pumped because it resonates with your true self. But when your ideal feels forced or conflicts with what you care about, motivation dies. Discipline feels fake and joyless. Here's the bottom line. Don't let others dictate what your ideal self should be. Find the vision that energizes you, not just what society sells as success. Design the life you want, not the one you're told to want. Define your ideal self around your authentic passions and values. When both selves align, discipline becomes natural. You're driven from within to put in the work. Another thing that can either help or derail your discipline is having competing interests. Like trying to quit smoking when your friends still do it socially. You want to be healthier, but the urge to smoke remains strong. Or aiming to save money, but getting constant pressure to spend on dinners out, concerts, or fancy clothes. Your financial goals conflict with your FOMO. When interests clash like this, it's freaking hard to stay disciplined. Motivation alone won't cut it. You've got to tip the scales so your disciplined motivation becomes stronger than your competing urges. This isn't about white-knuckling willpower until you force change. It's a motivational shift, consciously reframing how you see the conflicting interests until the scale tips naturally. For example, each cigarette starts feeling like a nail in your coffin, so quitting smoking gets more urgent. Or you start seeing overspending as robbing your future self's potential. It comes down to this: what matters most to you? If better health and financial freedom matter more than social approval or FOMO, your actions will follow. But if you value pleasure over purpose, your old habits will keep winning. Discipline requires becoming crystal clear on your priorities. Another discipline trap is wanting overnight success. Our brains like radical all-or-nothing thinking. I'm going to overhaul my habits starting today. But then we fail by Friday, feel ashamed, and quit. Sound familiar? Look, Massive change rarely sticks long-term. Our brains revolt against sudden shocks. Lasting discipline is gradual. Each small step builds momentum. Trying to overhaul everything at once is setting yourself up to fail. You end up overwhelmed and exhausted. Then you beat yourself up and give up. Build discipline through mini milestones instead. Make small, incremental improvements that feel totally doable. Consistency trumps intensity. For example, start by just flossing each night. Once that's automatic after a few weeks, add another mini habit like reading before bed. Build slowly from there. Celebrate each small win. Mini milestones provide recurring dopamine boosts that motivate you for more. Progress fuels progress when you build discipline gradually. Look at it this way. Which seems more sustainable? 3 hours of intense exercise once a week or 30 minutes daily? Crash dieting or slowly improving nutrition? Wake at 5 a.m. daily or just 15 minutes earlier? Small and steady. That's how to play the long game. Compound interest works for discipline too. Cultivating true discipline. Discipline creates a balanced life. It leads to conscious choices, controlled emotions, and self-awareness. You become intentional with how you spend your limited time and energy. Discipline prevents indulging every impulse and desire. This protects you from extremes that sabotage success. No burning out from overwork or getting complacent from excess leisure. No destructive habits from poor health or overspending. Discipline creates moderation and purpose. But how do we cultivate real discipline in our lives? Here are 5 key steps. First, get clear on work you inherently enjoy, not just for external rewards like money or status. Loving what you do makes discipline feel effortless, not forced. It prevents burnout and makes consistent effort sustainable. Finding this work requires self-reflection. What activities get you into flow state? What projects make you lose track of time? What professions align with your natural strengths? Make this intrinsically rewarding work the cornerstone of your disciplined efforts. Second, optimize your environment and lifestyle for discipline. Cluttered spaces and unhealthy habits sabotage success. Declutter your surroundings, both physical and digital. Constant visual distractions drain mental bandwidth needed for focused effort. Look after your physical and mental health. Exercise, sleep, nutrition, and recovery refuel motivation. Burnout derails discipline faster than anything. Also, build routines that support your goals. Discipline gets easier with predefined structure guiding your days. Program in time for priorities consistently. Third, ruthlessly focus on fulfilling your purpose. In our distraction-filled world, avoiding tangent rabbit holes takes discipline. Constantly refine and simplify your approach too. Say no to almost everything except your wildly important goals. Depth of focus beats breadth every time. When distracted, remind yourself, is this aligning with my purpose? If not, redirect your attention. Don't just resist distractions. Immerse yourself in meaningful work. Discipline means structuring your days intentionally. Set the stage, create routines, focus deeply. Don't just react. Design an environment that pulls you toward your priorities. Fourth, accept that discipline requires resilience. Motivation alone won't sustain you through hardship. Tough times will come. When they do, avoid black and white thinking. Not all discomfort means you're on the wrong path. Some struggle is part of the process, but also recognize when to course correct. Reassess whether pivoting your approach or goals altogether makes sense. Discipline requires adapting too. Walk the middle path between stubborn persistence and easy surrender. Develop grit to push through challenges while remaining open and flexible. Finally, maintain humility and perspective even amidst success. Ego is discipline's greatest threat. Early wins can make you complacent. Also, know that lasting fulfillment won't come from material wealth alone. Give back when you gain influence. Use power judiciously. Avoid drastic pendulum swings towards luxury or deprivation. Discipline leads to moderation in all aspects of life. True discipline isn't about radical quick fixes. It's gradually improving through aligning actions with values. Progress requires patience and persistence. But the paradox is we want change overnight. Resist this illusion. Slow down. Focus on each day. Build momentum through small, repeated actions. This is the path of sustainable change. Walk it long enough, and one day you'll realize discipline stopped feeling like work. It became a natural expression of who you are. If this video has been helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification icon. Until next time, brothers.